something I wanted to mention to you about the social issues, economical issues, charities, and etc. etc. We get commonly asked, what do we do for social cause? Well, one thing we do is we offer premium fair trade coffee beans. So that means that the farmers who have grown those beans and catered for those actually paid a fair price. And some regions in the UK are very fair trade towns, and they really care about having fair trade products. So if you happen to be in Wiltshire, for instance, and you consider yourself to be in a fair trade town, and you also care about the social cause and impact, we actually provide fair trade beans as well. So you can get back to us, and we will provide you with more information, and we're very happy to give you some samples and actually do a drop-in session with you and talk about the business, or vice versa. You can just dial for discovery call, and we'll be happy to talk you through that as well. Now, for us, looking what's in the future, because we don't do much more than just supplying the coffee beans. Our aim for the future is something I'm passionate about, is about the health industry. I'm passionate about how we can impact the youth to make them, not just have better mental health and physical health, but actually to have other forms of enjoyments. Because unfortunately, after the past decade, a lot of young people have turned into a wrong side of a road, put it that way, and there's all sorts of mental health issues at the moment. There's all sorts of problems with the young people where they get into addictions and so on. And it'd be really lovely to do something for them in the future where they can actually take their focus into maybe some sport. And I know that in the UK, the sport is already partially sponsored. Some sports are partially sponsored for kids, but there is not enough variety of sports, I would say, there to present to young generation, youth, teenagers, and say, look, you can do calisthenics, and if you're under 12, it's free. You can do wrestling, you can do boxing, and if you're under 12, it's free, and it's highly encouraged. If they go to those sports sessions, they're even going to get better grades from school, for instance, because they're doing something extracurricular that will be benefiting them, their parents, and the wider community, because they will have less anger, less frustration, and more positivity. And also, spreading the message further, the young people will view a sport not just somewhere you go to improve your mental health or get a physical health or strength, but also something you can do as fun. And instead of going drinking, the youth can go, and I'm really passionate about this, right? Can really go and do some sport and do better good for themselves, their families, and the wider community as a whole. Because people who do sports tend to be, as statistics show, more productive, more clever, and actually happier overall. And to be honest, I'm gonna go a little bit back to when I was young. When I was young, my I wouldn't say idols, because I don't do idols, but the people I looked up to when I was 5-6 years old were Arnold, Sylvester Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, who else? Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee. Right, those were my favorite sort of movie stars back in the day. Nowadays, it's changing, and I don't think it's always going in the right direction. Now, and that's where we will come along. I will come along as a company, and we will build almost in every park a sports stadium. Now, there are some companies doing sports stadium, and they will probably want to take bite my hand off for that, but let them try. I will put a sports stadium, so it will be a calisthenic bars, double parallel bars, all those sorts of things I want to do for young people, so that the gym is accessible to everyone. Because kids, when they're 10, 12, 13, 14, they're messing about, they not have the access to the commercial gym necessarily, or maybe lifting weights for them isn't the best thing to do. So therefore, they will have something on the playground that is teenager level / adult level, and they can do some pull-ups, some dips, and they can develop themselves physically. So that's what I wanted to say with regards to what social impact we will have, or what charitable activities we will do. We actually are looking to work with a few councils that are up for it, And if you are a council member or within the central government, then please fill up the link below, and we will we will provide all the equipment necessary, which is need your permission to be able to install those in a parks that you will grant us the permission basically to do it. So that's for a social cause, and I think that will really, really improve, not the whole issues, but at least some of the issues that I'm really passionate about. As natural transition from what I've just said and me being passionate about the gym industry, the fitness industry, and really about the health, we're going to talk about coffee for the gyms. Now, if you're an independent gym, right, why haven't you got a coffee machine in your gym? Why haven't you? Did you know that coffee is healthier and does the same job as a traditional pre-workout? Now, I've been spoken to some gym owners before, and they said, well, if we start selling the coffee, the trouble is people are going to stop buying our pre-workouts. To which I say, your pre-workouts earn you 30% margin. Your coffee is going to give you, if you sell it per cup, over 100% margin. Shouldn't be no-brainer. Plus, it can be very much argued that coffee will be a healthier option than a pre-workout drink. So this is something as well for a gym owner to think about. Not just that it will have a higher profit margin, but also it will give a sense of community. Now, give you an example. We supply, shout out to Fire Muay Thai Gym in Reading. We supply Fire Muay Thai Gym in Reading, one of the biggest martial arts gym in Reading area, in Berkshire, and they have a coffee machine. And they are finding that, it's good for business, one thing, but it also gives the members that something extra. They are changing for their training. They might have a coffee before training to stimulate themselves. And when they train very hard, they don't have enough energy to get home, so they can have another cup of coffee. Plus, if you are having any sort of mums classes, for the busy mums who might come with their kids for workout, or for instance, if you have mums picking up children from training, if you're a gymnastics gym or doing martial arts for young children, you might also think about having a coffee machine, because while mothers, fathers are waiting for their children to finish a session, they could have a cup of coffee. Now, no one telling you should provide it for free. Of course not. You can charge for it, but anywhere from £3 to £4. And if you are filled up with 20 children, just do the math. In 1 hour, you can sell 100 cups of coffee. So that is, I think, a really good addition that could be for the independently run gyms, whether they are the fitness centers, the martial art gyms. It's something like that. And also, when you're doing your, let's say, seminars and you're having some visitors from, all over the world doing seminars, perhaps you're going to have a bigger bunch of people, and all they're going to all want to do, they all want to have a cold drink, maybe a coffee, maybe a sandwich, and so on. So again, it's another opportunity and revenue earner for the gym's fitness industry. Also, what we do as well, we provide some churches with coffee. Now, we are very aware that a lot of churches and their coffee business is really based upon charity base. So we do offer 20% discount on all service work that we do for churches, for their coffee machine repairs or installations. We just give them honorable 20% off. Now, unfortunately, of course, it doesn't apply for coffee, but we do give whenever you run an event, for example, a Macmillan event or any of those events, once or twice per year, we give them a free 1 or 2 kilos of coffee to substitute that event. So if you are a church and you're also making coffees, and you wanting to bring in more members, or it's another way, or also a revenue stream for that church, of course, give us a link, give us a follow. We will be happy to have a discovery call with you, or even in-person meeting, and see how we can help you.
Let's go.